to the growing wildfires threatening communities across parts of Western Canada tonight. Dozens are burning out of control. This dramatic footage is a massive fire just 5 kilometers from the town of Fox Creek in northern Alberta. Firefighters are working around the clock to try to stop it from reaching homes in that community. There are evacuation orders in place for communities in B.C, Alberta, Saskatchewan and the Northwest Territories. Emergency crews are battling dozens of fires, many of them still out of control in B.C, Alberta and Saskatchewan. And the high temperatures and smoke have prompted Environment Canada to issue heat alerts and special air quality statements, stretching from the West Coast all the way to Ontario. Global's Marney Blunt is in Fox Creek, Alberta tonight. Marney.
Donna, the race to fight the flames here in Fox Creek has taken on a new level of urgency, with the wildfire now growing to more than 33,000 hectares in size, a giant sitting on the community's doorstep. A battle against the blaze from the sky and on the ground. This video, not shot by Global News, shows how aggressive the firefight is in the thick of it just west of Fox Creek, Alberta. Alberta wildfire crews working around the clock to save the town with intense heat and flames, now facing crews about 5 kilometers northeast of the community. Heavy smoke is also restricting where air crews can fly. Tensions running high, with tinder-dry conditions, unseasonably warm temperatures, and the winds now set to shift.
We have been told that tonight, tomorrow, the winds are going to shift. So if that happens, then things might not be so favorable for our community.
Fox Creek employees who stayed behind to staff the Emergency Operations Center may also be forced to leave on a moment's notice. Over 1,800 residents forced to flee, many staying in hotels in the nearby community of Whitecourt. Coming to the evacuee center each day to find support and community.
A lot of the families are exhausted, also very concerned still. We have been providing mental health supports. Our family support workers have been available.
The mayor says for many, the initial panic is starting to fade, and evacuees are now growing weary.
I've seen so many different emotions, but now I'm starting to see things change. People are really tired. We're on day 9. We don't know when we get to go home. So definitely things are back to that real emotional roller coaster where you're on a real low right now.
On Monday, wildfire crews in the air were working to drop a flame retardant around the community, while crews on the ground were working with bulldozers, trying to build a guard wall around the town, hoping to keep the flames at bay, with many uncertain of what the next few days will bring. Donna?
So much uncertainty. Marney Blunt in Fox Creek, Alberta. Thanks. It's been a dry spring and now temperatures have soared in the wildfire zone. Global News meteorologist Tiffany Lizée is in Calgary. Tiffany, what's the forecast and what kind of wildfire season is this shaping up to be?
Donna, we had a ridge of high pressure build itself back over parts of Western Canada, and that allowed for a heat dome, which is a high pressure system that has hot air trapped within it. That allowed for a heat dome to park itself over Western Canada, and that is what Alberta and B.C. have been dealing with. There is still a special weather statement that blankets a large part of B.C., as well as heat warnings in parts of B.C., northern Alberta, as temperatures are 15 to 25 degrees above seasonal for this time of year. And this heat isn't going anywhere throughout this week or even the weekend. The heat dome is going to sit over Western Canada throughout this week. When we finally start to see that break down is when we get past May long weekend. And once we get into the middle of the work week next week, then some cooler air will start to take over. If we're looking even farther ahead as we finish off spring and get into summer, we have the El Nino slowly starting to build. And because it's building slowly, we are expecting these hotter than seasonal temperatures to continue. So this is a look at the temperature anomaly for May. So you can see how hot it's been and will continue to be. Now, once we get into June, you're seeing a lot of those shades of yellow and orange. That's showing you where temperatures will be above seasonal. That trend extends into July and even into parts of August. When we're talking moisture, May has been incredibly dry for both BC and Alberta. as we look towards June, it does look like we should have a little more moisture, which should help that wildfire situation. But come July, some of those drier conditions are expected to return. So we'll be watching that wildfire situation very closely over the next few months. Donna?
All right, Global News meteorologist Tiffany Lizée, thanks.